back, everybody. This is Family Time 221. We're talking about your purpose. Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live for can endure almost anyhow." That is to say, if you've got the right why, if you've got a sense of purpose, you can get through anything. And I want you to start thinking about what your purpose is. There's a great TED Talk by Adam Leipzig, who is a successful movie producer, and he talks about how to find your life purpose in 5 minutes. I think it's a great way to start. He has 5 questions, and I kind of reframe a little differently. But his 5 questions are: who are you? What do you do? For whom do you do those things? What do those people want or need? And how do they change as a result of what you do? And that's a great place to start, and it's a way to start framing your life around your sense of meaning, your purpose. It goes back to, I talk about that golden circle all the time. It starts with why, and then it's how, and then it's what on the outside. You got to work from the inside out, and that's what I want you to do. So I'm going to reframe that a little bit, and those are the questions I want you to try to answer. And they may seem like deep questions, but I want you to go with your gut. I want you to go with your initial reaction, because most times in life, I feel like our guts are right, and then we question them. We start to get logical. We don't follow that thing that's built into us that tells us, hey, this feels right, and this feels wrong. So the first thing, I want you to describe yourself to me. And I don't want you to use your name, and I don't want you to tell me what you look like. I want you to think about, if you had to give someone the essence of who you are, explain that to someone in a very short 1 or 2 sentence thing, what would you say? How do you encapsulate you? Which I know that's maybe a seemingly impossible task. Every person is very multifaceted, but if you had to give yourself this little description, who are you really? That's the first thing. Who are you? Second thing, what do you do? I want to frame it as, what's your passion? What is something that when you do, it's like, time changes. That like an hour can go by and it felt like a few seconds, because you're so engaged. You're in that flow state and you feel really rewarded by that thing. What are those things? And if you don't have something like that, I'm telling you, you gotta find it. And part of that is just trying things. One of the most important things in life, I think, is to try things that you get to cross off your list. Sometimes we don't want to get into anything if it's not going to be successful. Sometimes the best thing is to fail or to try something and realize we don't like it, and then you can cross that off the list. That's one step closer to that thing you really are passionate about. So, describe yourself. What's your passion? Third thing, who do you serve? I like to think of it that way. Adam Leipzig said, who do you do these things for? For whom do you do these things? I want you to think of it as, who do you serve? Because you have to serve something bigger than yourself. I really believe that if you want a life of meaning and purpose, it can't just be about meeting your initial desires. That's a way to an unhappy, unfulfilled life that's very shallow and very hollow. So I want you to think about, whom do you serve? Next, I want you to think about the people you serve and what those people need. That's the way Adam Leipzig described it. I want you to think of, find a need and fill it. That's a great way to find a sense of purpose if you're struggling with that, is find a need and fill it. Wherever it is, if it's on your sports team, what does your sports team need? And then try to fill that role. If it's your family, your friend group, what do those people need? And now try to fill that need. That gives you a sense of meaning, a sense of purpose in life, of doing something worth doing. And then the last thing is your impact. What is your impact? So that is, how do those people change as a result of your actions? What is the impact that you're making? And if you're really struggling to answer these things, then it's important to be honest and to make some changes. Because this is how you find a life of meaning and purpose. And I see it all the time. I talk to students like in art class, and it's, well, what are you passionate about? What do you want to pursue? What do you want to put into the world? How do you want to express yourself? And we struggle with that sometimes. And we should be the utmost expert on ourselves and know what we care about and who we care about and the things that we're passionate about. So that's what we're exploring this week. We're going to take a little step towards what is your purpose. Until next time, much love.